Okay, so I had a bit of a time with the contacts this morning, so my eyes may look a little irritated, and we may as well address this right away. The other night, I have all these new little growths because I've been really treating my scalp, and I decided that I would be clever and try to smooth out the little porcupines that are standing up on the top of my head. So I took my curling iron and I just took all the hair and I moved it forward and I hit my forehead. But I've been putting my recovery from Neogenesis, and I have also been putting the Omega cream from Truth Treatment, and it really does help. But anyway, that is why I do not use hot tools, my friends, because I'm aggressive in everything I do. Anyway, I have some errands to run, and I thought that I would just go ahead. I'm going to do a chit chat, so I thought I would go ahead and do a chit chat and just answer some other questions that I have received in comments. And you seem to really enjoy these videos, and to be honest with you, I truly enjoy doing them. So that is what we are going to do today. I always have to put my hair up when I'm going to put my makeup on because I just can't stand it down when I'm doing my makeup. That's why I always have it like this when I'm doing my makeup, or I have it in my hot rollers. Anyway, I'm going to do the same thing I did in my last chit chat video, and I do have other videos coming. I'm going to do a things I love video, kind of a romantic video for Valentine's Day, and I have some new fragrances. I'm waiting for one more bottle to come in. It seems that Burberry no longer likes my body chemistry after menopause, so I have been in search for a new fragrance to wear. And I did want to tell you that I took a shower today, and Bay Harbor Beauty has a new product out, and I want you to think L'Occitane Almond Shower Oil. She nailed it. This is fabulous. It is the Bay Harbor Beauty Cleansing Body Oil. This is the Eucalyptus Mint. She does have some other scents available. Not all of the normal scents are available, but I think as time goes on, she may add them in. But right now, this is beautiful. Can be used with just your hands or, you know, with a loofah, however you like to shower. But it goes on as an oil. When it hits the wet water, it gets very creamy and it lathers up. The more water you use, the more cream lather you get. Fabulous. Left my skin feeling really hydrated. Love it, love it, love it. I think there's some sort of, she might have some sort of deal going on today. I have to check with her to find out because it's a new product. So I shall see, and it will be underneath the video or in an annotation right here. All right, so let's get going with, I'm also today sent in the shower, I used Flower Bomb. So I also have the perfume body oil that I'm going to go ahead and apply and put it everywhere. I don't know why, but I'm loving Flower Bomb, loving it. So, okay, so I have my body done. So I'm just going to go in and do just like I did with my last video, just a chit chat, not really talking about all of the products specifically. So we are going to get started. I am going to prime, and everything will be listed and linked below this video. And, you know, I may talk about things, but, you know, not everything, my friends, okay? Because there's so much that I want to cover. And I want to try to keep it under 25 minutes, even though so many of you have said, do not cut your videos down. So this is just a pore primer. Anyway, if you follow me on Instagram, and this story is a little sad, but if you follow me on Instagram, you know that my brother recently rescued a 5-year-old, I think she was a bully pit breed, I don't know. She was adorable, but she was suffering, they say, from kennel stress. So she wasn't eating. She had been there for a while and wasn't eating. So my brother was actually on his way to Pennsylvania to pick up an English bulldog because he just lost his English bulldog. And he absolutely adores English bulldogs. And you don't find many of those to rescue. So something told him, no, it's just not time. So he canceled that and he went on to the SPCA where he lives and saw this dog, and they were crying out for help for this dog. They were afraid she was just going to die from not eating and the stress. So my brother quickly called them up, went down. It all turned out. He loved the dog. He took her home. She was seriously underweight. My brother did, my brother cooks meals for his dog. So he cooked her meals for her, and he really got her back to living. She had gained 7 pounds in the time she was with him. He said she was a very smart dog. He could tell she had had puppies before, but she was a very smart dog. And I must say that my brother has rescued several dogs, several different breeds. So he said she was really a good girl, and he fell in love with her quickly. So I guess it is the SPCA's policy that you foster a dog, especially if the dog has not been spayed or neutered. You foster the dog, and from there, you take it home, you see how it does, and then you must bring it back to be spayed or neutered. I thought that they did this all in advance. Well, obviously, this SPCA did not. So my brother, he was a little reluctant because he wanted to use the vet that he has always used. Well, it's their policy that you have to bring them back, and he was only fostering until she was able to come back and, be spayed. And so he was like, okay, but he really wanted to use his own vet. Long story short, he took her in to be spayed, and he picked her up and brought her home, and he said she was just howling, crying, wouldn't lay down. And he called them up and he said, something's not right. She's in incredible pain. And they said, no, it's okay. It's just the anesthesia. Once it wears off, she will be okay. My brother said, this dog is really in pain. And they would not budge. They just said, no, it's the anesthesia. It's normal. This happens all the time. So he was like, okay. And he's thinking to himself, it's never happened to me with any of the dogs he's ever owned before. So reluctantly, he followed their rules. And finally, it was the middle of the night. She had not slept. She was still crying. So he called. No one answered. And he decided, I'm going down to the SPCA and I am going to knock on every window until I can get someone. So he did just that. And no one was really there. So he pounded on every window, and some employee did answer the door eventually. And he said, there's nothing I can do. And my brother said, well, because my brother's vet is not a 24-hour vet. And where my brother lives, there's not a 24-hour hospital. So he told that employee, you better have somebody to my house first thing in the morning. So my brother stayed up with her all night. And he said at one point, the dog, he laid his head down on the floor. He was on the floor. He was trying to get her to lay down. And at one point, she finally laid down and she laid her head on his head. He said, Tam, I knew she was saying thank you and goodbye to me. And it just breaks my heart. So anyway, they did come pick her up in the morning. They had a muzzle. My brother was like, what is that for? Oh no, that dog, she'll kill us. And he was like, what are you talking about? She's the sweetest dog ever. And they had a van and they just put her in the back of the van. No real comfort for her. So they took her back to the SPCA and they called my brother and they said, oh, she's fine. She's resting. And my brother was kind of really shocked. He said, she's fine? They said, yes, we told you as soon as the anesthesia wears off, she would be okay. And my brother was not buying that at all. But he was like, okay. And they said, well, we're just going to keep her here for a little while. And we will call you when you can come and pick her up. So, I don't know, within a couple of hours, they called him and said, I should say that my brother noticed that she had started bleeding again during the night, and that you could see there was pus already forming, and some of her insides were peeking through the incision. So they called my brother a couple hours later and they said, we're sorry, she died. That was it. We're sorry, she died. Nothing else, just we're sorry, she died. My brother does not believe that at all, of course. So he started investigating, and he was online checking out, this SPCA. And turns out that there are many complaints against this particular facility. And I'm not saying that all SPCAs are like this, because we know that the SPA does really good work for its animals. But we have bad seeds in everything in life. Bad doctors, bad nurses, bad dentists, bad everything, bad people. So my brother is just livid. He's beside himself because, of course, he became very attached to her right away. And he believes that they realized how badly they messed up and euthanized her. So Eleanor is no longer with my brother, and I think it's going to take my brother a little bit of time to recover from this, and I do think that my brother will step up, because I said to him, if this is the case, they need to be stopped. This vet who is performing these surgeries that people are writing about, taking their dog in to simply be neutered or spayed. Now, I know that risk comes with all surgeries, be it animal or human, but if this is happening more and more, there's something going on that's not right, and it needs to be brought to the state's attention. And I don't even understand the, and maybe some of you work for the SPCA, maybe some of you are active with the SPCA, and you can explain this, but why is it that you cannot take it to your own vet? I don't understand that. So anyway, Eleanor is no longer with us, and it's just a very, very sad story. Very, very sad story. And I just wanted to share that with you, because so many of you wanted me to keep you updated on Eleanor and how she was doing. She was thriving with my brother. She was doing really great, really great. And she was so beautiful. I'll put a little picture of her right here. But he said she was smart. She was really good. He said somebody must have trained her, because she knew how to do everything. So just really a sad, sad story. This has been a very, very full week of disappointing things. Our air conditioner went. They had to come back 3 different times to fix it. That's not good for a menopausal woman, especially when it's the air conditioning in your bedroom. It's not a good thing. So anyway, after 3 times, it is fixed. And then Harley, I was kind of concerned. I thought she may have been somehow, because my dogs don't play with other dogs. I don't take them to kennels and leave them. They see a few dogs in the neighborhood, but they don't play with them. They see them, they just walk on by and, bark at each other and have a small communication or a conversation, whatever. But Harley does sniff a lot of things, and, not everybody cleans their dog poop up. And why is that? If you are a dog owner, if you have a small dog, a medium-sized dog, a big dog, poop is poop. Clean it up. It makes it difficult for other dogs that are walking, because they love to smell that stuff. And it's just really unhealthy, and it's very inconsiderate, especially if you live in a community. It's very, well, if you live anywhere, it's very inconsiderate to let your dog poop in someone else's yard and then just leave it. And cleaning up and putting your bag on someone else's driveway is not taking your poop home with you, okay? Y'all know better, okay? Do better. So anyway, Harley yesterday was having some serious sneezing attacks, and I was a little concerned, so I really didn't do anything yesterday, and I was having a little bit of vertigo yesterday, just little, but they were doozies. But they only lasted a split second. And I swear Lula knows. I was taking them out onto the lanai, and I opened up the sliding door, and I started to walk, and one hit me, and it was hard. And I went, whoo, and I bent over to hold on to the table out there, and Lula was circling me. And I thought, this dog knows. She knows. But it went as fast as it came, so I was very happy about that. But anyway, Harley was really sneezing a lot. So I remember my vet telling me a while ago, because Harley suffers from allergies. And I remember the vet telling me, it doesn't hurt to bathe her weekly, because you want to keep the spores off of her. And I did notice that she was chewing at her paws a lot. So that's usually an indication that her allergies are bothering her. She's medicated for it, which I hate doing, but she is medicated. So I went ahead and gave her a bath, and it seemed like it got a little bit better because today she's not sneezing at all. And they weren't reverse sneezes. They were actual sneezes. Her eye would distort, and Harley does have a lump on her mouth that the vet is watching, and it kind of worries me. But, you know, I like the vet we have here. She seems really in love with animals. So that's usually a good indicator that they're going to do their best for them. Because again, you know, we have good, bad, and the ugly in everything in life. So I didn't want to go anywhere, but today she seems just fine, and I'm hoping that by giving her the bath, it really did make a difference to get those spores off of her. When Bindi was with me, the vet also told me that with Bindi, so I knew that that would help. And it does seem to have helped, and I feel better about leaving her just for a little bit today. Poor Harley, she gets everything. Lula gets nothing, which I'm grateful for, but poor Harley, she gets it all. So that, it has been a really busy week for complaining, my friends. Just complaining. So another thing, in my video on exercising, someone asked what I do. Do I do any type of impact exercises for my joints? Because impact exercises are good for your joints. But you have to keep in mind, if you suffer from osteoporosis, that's not always a good thing. So the way I have rectified that, and this is something I have done for years, this is nothing new for me. My vest I don't even think is made anymore, but I will find a few and link them below. If I can find mine, I will definitely link it because it is really a nice vest. But like I said, I probably had it 15 years. And it's nice because you can adjust the weights in it. So I use a walking vest, and I will also stomp my feet when I am walking a little more aggressively, just so I get that, you know, little bit of pounding on the bones, but I don't actually jump up and down because that's not good for the osteoporosis in my spine, and you can actually cause the fracture. So if you are someone that is like me, suffering from osteoporosis of your spine or in your hips, you do want to be careful with the jumping. So for whoever it was asking me, if you are someone who does not have any type of osteoporosis, then the jumping up and down is fine for you unless you have knee issues. Just, you know your body and know your limitations. And remember, you're not in competition with anybody else. And even though you hear me say, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, it may not be the best thing for you. So always do everything for your own health. So if you have some issues that I don't have, then maybe you want to punch that into Google and say, is, jumping okay for me? I have this, I have that, whatever you have. And usually you can find, and don't go to silly sites that are trying to sell you things. Try to stay with the medical sites that actually have a little research behind what they're talking, or at least some intelligence. But yeah, I use a weighted vest, and I have for years. You can do step-ups with weighted vest. You can do just about anything with a weighted vest. I put it on and I'll walk 3 or 4 miles. Now I do have to take a break from it every now and then when I'm walking, because it sometimes bothers my back. So I do listen to my body. That's very important for all of us, that you listen to your own body, because what's right for me may not be right for you. So just keep that in mind when I'm sharing any of the things that I do. You do need to tweak it for your own body. So, but a walking vest is wonderful, because you can also just put the walking vest on and walk up and down your stairs at home. You don't need a membership to a gym to be in good shape. You just need some weights, heavy weights. You need to challenge the muscle. No 3 2-pounders for the rest of your life. You need to challenge your muscles. I am working on 25-pounders, as I mentioned in my first one. Now, I can't do my full sets and I can't do high reps, but I am challenging the muscles when I am lifting. Now, because of my tendonitis, I have issues working my bicep. So then I do lower the weights down. So instead of not doing anything at all, find those things that really, really work for your body. And the next thing was, why do I do the elliptical in between sets? You're supposed to rest in between sets. I have a real problem resting, my friends. You know, you're supposed to take a little bit of time, allow yourself to recover. And to be honest with you, if you're really challenging the muscle, you want that little break in between. But I still have issues slowing down. It's just my personality. So I get on the elliptical. Before my body became a little bit older, I always did Tabata workouts. And that's where I would do something in a resting phase that was not challenging for me, and then I would bump it up, and for 20 to 30 seconds, or sometimes 10 seconds, I would do something that really shot my heart rate up. And I loved Tabata. Done in 17 minutes, and you have a full workout. And I can no longer do those workouts. So I get on the elliptical because I do my walking during the week, which is very heart healthy. So walking is probably the best exercise you can do. But I need something that's a little challenging to get my heartbeat going and my heart rate up a little bit, just to really make my heart a little stronger. But do keep in mind, lifting heavy weights does get the heart rate up. So you are challenging your heart as well. But I get on the elliptical, it allows me to take a break from the weights, but it also gives me, and I stay on for 20 to 30 seconds, and I do it usually as fast as my bum knee will allow me, which then is giving me the aerobic workout that I need, which is helping my heart. So that's why I get on the elliptical in between. And if you don't have an elliptical, or you don't like the elliptical, you can get on a treadmill and just walk very fast, or if you're somebody who enjoys the run, you can run for 20 to 30 seconds and then hop off and go back to your normal workout and then do the same thing. And I do that in between every single set. So I get a challenging heart workout as well. I do have some new fragrances coming, as I mentioned, and I wanted to just share with you that one of them is by the same company that makes Baccarat Rouge. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm tightlining. This is my new way of tightlining my upper eye because I really want a feline look. So I pull the eye slightly, and then I start at the corner, and I just run along the bottom lash and just right out to the end of my lid. And I just really love the way it looks. I've always gone inner eye to outer, but I really like it because it gets a really nice fine line. And just doing that slight pull is not going to harm anything. So the fragrances, the one fragrance in particular that I'm waiting to get is from the same company as Baccarat Rouge. And I don't know, it's Mason something, Kukaban, I don't know how to say the last name. But I was watching Sam and Cassie. They have a new Instagram fragrance channel. And that Cassie got me when she was talking about, she was calling it a different type of fragrance, which I'm too old to be talking like that. But I say Sex Panther. I'm a little worried about it that the vanilla might pull sweet, and it's called Grand Soirée, S-O-I-R. So that should be arriving hopefully today. And then I'm going to do a fragrance video because I have been focusing on, well, I know some people aren't going to like this part of it, but let's face it, the economy is terrible and not everybody can afford expensive things. So I want my channel, I want to be able to bring things to everyone. So some of these knockoff fragrances that I've been hearing people rave about, I ordered them. And let me tell you, some of them are the real deal. They're identical. And I know some people don't like that, but not everybody can afford a $400 fragrance. It killed me to pay $240 for the grand soiree that's coming. And, you know, I'm okay with spending $150, but when it starts to get up to $400 and $500 for a bottle of fragrance, I have a hard time with it. I might love the smell, but I have a hard time with it. So I went ahead and ordered several of them, and that video is coming to you. I'm also going to do what I eat a day, because so many things about my body have changed with menopause, and I really have put a lot of focus into, okay, I ate that, my stomach is now upset. Things that I used to eat before that never bother me. And I've not done the elimination diet, which a lot of people say you should really do, but eliminating everything from your diet and starting off, it's just too much for me, too much. So I just been really focusing on a lot of things. I've cut out a lot of supplements because a lot of them have not really great ingredients in them, and they may be ingredients that are upsetting my belly. I don't know. I know that I have, and I've always been almost a vegetarian. But you know, I eat chicken now because I need the protein source, and I love cottage cheese. I love ricotta cheese. I love yogurts. Those are things that I could absolutely live on. I love vegetables, but my belly doesn't like all vegetables anymore. I have certain vegetables I can eat and some I can't. So I am going to update you on things I eat in a day, because I've been very successful with keeping my weight off. I don't even really try anymore. I just am, it's a habit for me. It is a lifestyle for me. And I don't gain any weight, even when we go out and have that, what people call a cheat meal. I don't even like to call it a cheat meal anymore. I'm just enjoying the company and the food. And then my life goes back to normal. It's not something I'm gonna do every single day, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then menopause, my symptoms are changing. And I am not on hormone replacement therapy. I am not a candidate for it. I cannot do any of them. And I know people always tell me, watch Barbie, watch, you should do bioidenticals, you need this. Some people suggest I need Chinese, whatever. And I appreciate all of your suggestions, but I said to Lou, I'm just not a risk taker when it comes to stuff like that. And I wish I had a little bit more of that in me, but I don't. But I'm not suffering the way I used to. Losing the weight and really building muscle has really helped me. And remember, this journey for me was about my health. It was not about, oh, I'm going to get down to be a size 2. I had no plans to get down to this weight. It just happened. And I am very comfortable and very happy with my weight loss. And remember, there is nothing special about me. I'm not somebody who can eat anything I want and I never gain weight. I'm not somebody who can go on hormone replacement therapy, although that doesn't always make it easy for all women. And I just wanted it very badly, my friends, and became very disciplined, and you can do it too. All right. So anyway, I am sweating like a pig here. You can see it. I'm sweating like a pig. Can't put any more powder on. I forgot to bring my fan down. But anyway, I'm sweating like a pig because I'm sitting in front of the window, which means the sun is beating down on me. So I don't want to touch my skin because it'll make a mess of my makeup until I can leave here. So I'm just going to do my eyelashes and my eyebrow, and you're just gonna have to watch me all shiny, my friends. All right, so I also wanted to say I'm gonna do a video on all the things I love, as I mentioned, because Valentine's Day is coming up. And I wanted to ask you, for those of you who are in a relationship, do you do anything special on Valentine's Day? Lou and I, we don't really do anything special. I usually make a nice dinner for us, but we really don't, you know, we don't buy presents for each other on Valentine's Day, and I don't expect anything, and he doesn't either. But, you know, I do like to make, you know, I'll make something I know he really loves, and he can't eat all the time, but, you know, for that special occasion, I might make it for him. And that's pretty much all we do. But I do have some things that I am really loving now, and I am a romantic at heart. I love romance. I really do. Whether I have it in my life or not, I love it. And that's one thing I love about fragrance. A fragrance that makes you feel really, you know, sexy and romantic even when you're just wearing it for yourself. Because I definitely do not do anything to attract other men. Only Louis. He's the one thing I love the most in this world, and then my doggy girls. They're right on the same level. I don't want to live without any of them ever. So do you get romantic? Do you do special things with that special person in your life? I want to know. Put it down in the comments, my friends. And I also want to know, oh, my contact just fell out. That's not good. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm back. My contact's in. All right. So I think I was asking you if you do anything special for Valentine's Day. And I was also going to ask, what are some of your favorite fragrances? And I have to tell you, I ordered a lymphatic facial drainage brush from, I'm not sure the name of her company. It's Aquaz or something like that. And it's Bisma, who is a good friend of Christine, who owns Frisco Beauty. And I was on Instagram and I saw this brush on another esthetician's channel, and I thought, oh, I really want that brush. So I went to order it, and on this other esthetician's site, and you could only get the body and the face, and you know, it was like $130 for both, and I didn't want the body because I have many brushes and I knew that I wouldn't use a little hand brush like that on my body. So but I really did want to try the face one because it just looks beautiful. So I happened to ask Christine from Frisco Beauty, because I'll tell you, that girl knows everything and anything, everything. So I always go over and ask her. I'll text her and I'll ask her, hey, have you seen this? What do you think of this? Or whatever. And she sent me back and she says, Bisma sells it on its own. And I said, oh, okay. So I went right over and I ordered it. Well, the reason why I'm telling you about this is I got my package in the mail, and it smelled so beautiful. Now, Bisma is into fragrances big time. I mean, Bisma, I see her Instagram and there are fragrances I have never heard of. And she really knows what she's talking about when it comes to fragrances and skincare. But her fragrance knowledge, because she loves it so much, is really on point. And I was manager of a cosmetic counter, a fragrance cosmetic counter. So, you know, I understand about fragrance and top note, middle note, base notes, all of that. And I've heard of a lot of lines, but this girl, she knows, I mean, fragrances I've never heard of, but I've been out of it for a while as well. Anyway, long story short, my package smelled so beautiful that I said to Christine, would you ask Bisma what she laced my package with? Because I think she sprays, because she does sell the fragrances, and that is a great selling point, is just to spray it on the packages being delivered. And she did give me the name, and I was hoping that she had samples I could buy and try it, because, you know, I don't want to have to return it if I don't like it. I don't know what her return policy is. I have ordered things from Bisma, but I've kept everything. So, but sometimes a fragrance, if you're spending a lot of money and then you don't know what it smells like to begin with, and then it, you know, turns rancid on you, you know, it's really tough. So some places do sell. I'm just going to go ahead and put some powder where I was really sweating underneath my eyes, because, yeah, they're a mess. And I'll put some right through my T-zone. It's amazing when the T-zone starts to really shine up and get out of control, how it really just makes your makeup look horrible. Okay, so anyway, I loved what she spritzed all over, and she did give me the name. So I'm considering it. It was really beautiful. And it's another vanilla base. That's what's really getting me, is I'm not a vanilla based woman, but I am with these. So anyway, I think I have rambled on a lot about everything. Let me know if you really like these videos. I'm gonna put my lip liner on and I'll be right back. You know, I always forget to address this. So many people ask me, why don't you put your lip liner corner to corner? I haven't done it for years, because every time I would do it, I would look at myself later and think, your mouth looks like the Joker. Because it's first of all, it drags down slightly. And women who have a problem with a little bit of drooling, because a lot of women do, when you go corner to corner, it sometimes accentuates, and then you'll see a little bit of that spittle with your lip liner, and it just brings your mouth down. So I have never gone corner to corner. I will just go right to about here. And that is it, because then it doesn't really interfere with my mouth. Now, I like to take a deeper liner now because of the lipstick I'm going to wear today. I'm going to take Chai. And it is like a, I don't know, a burgundy brownish. And I'm just going to go over the liner that I just did right in the center. So I've just kind of darkened it right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the top. I've also changed the way that I do my peaks. My peaks used to be very sharp. As I get older, that sharpness is a little bit aging, so I'm rounding them out. And I just put a little bit on the top and bottom. I don't do the outer. And that is going to help my lips to look fuller. Now, I bought this new lipstick from Mario. I have not tried it, but it does look like a gorgeous color. So I'm gonna go try it right now with you. Not sure if it's perfect for me. I don't even know about the formula. I'm hoping it's a satin finish. I think it said satin. So I'm just gonna apply it. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, that's really pretty. Feels good. Now, I don't like it's very important to find a lip liner that is very close. This is a little bit warmer than I like, but I can make it work by it blending. So I'm just going to make sure I go all the way up to the top. Very nice, Mario. Look at that. So pretty. Very pretty. And the color of this is Soho. Ooh, very pretty. Love it. Okay, so that is it. Now, normally I would go ahead and spray with my Morphe, and I will, but I don't really need to because I sweat enough that it took that powdery look away. But that's my look for today, and I probably will take the contacts out because they're annoying me a little. So then I'll put my glasses back on. And I'm not sure if I'm going to wear my hair down today, but I am going to take it down a little. It's really coming in, isn't it? You see that? Really coming in. And I've been using a lot of products to keep it healthy because this hasn't been cut in a year. I think when we go to Buffalo this time, I'm probably going to cut about this much off, only because it then will be almost gray. And then I'll probably cut it to about here. So then when I put my rollers in it, it'll pull up to about here. And it'll just be really full because I do love it. But wearing it long and straight like this just really isn't doing it for me. It is down to my waist now. It's very, very long. My hair has always been long, but I don't know. I'm ready for a change, I think. Not short hair, but I am ready for a change, my friends. Okay, so that is my look for today. I think I'm going to put my hair back up because I just like it up. You know, I heard someone say once on a YouTube channel, I don't remember who it was, and it was a couple of years back, that a bun is not a hairstyle. I beg to differ with you. A bun is a hairstyle. And I have to laugh sometimes at the rules that are made up by other people. Wear whatever you like, whatever you feel is comfortable. All right, so that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoy these chit chats. Let me know down in the comments. I am trying to cut them shorter, but right now I have 44 minutes worth of recording. Some will be cut out of it because, you know, I stumble over words sometimes, and, you know, then I say things and I don't know, like my contact popped out. I had to stop. I don't stop my camera in between. I just keep on going. And hopefully the sun is perfect for today's video. Anyway, that is it for today. I love when you join me for a little chit-chatting and join me in the comment section so that it feels like we're actually having a conversation, my friends. And that is it for today's video. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you as an ageless beauty. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Right next to it is the bell. It'll notify you of all the videos that I'm putting up. Until the next time, my friends, go out in the world, be lovable, and remember, it is okay to love our age. Now get out there and lift those weights. All right, my friends, I love you all. Bisous.